Hey, brothers and sisters, Kellyanne Gonzales-Dodd, your Christian dating coach here. And today I'm going to tell you about the 5 hidden and often missed signs that a man truly cares about you. And as a dating coach, I get this question a lot from women. They want to know if a man truly loves them. They feel like men are this mystery that they have to unravel. And the truth is, they're not as complicated as we think they are. So I'm going to give you 5 signs that a man truly loves you and can show you the ways that he cares, even if it seems a little hidden. So, first things first, physical touch. So, as Christians, I'm not saying that he's going to want to engage in inappropriate relationships with you, that he's not going to want to engage in intimacy that goes beyond your personal boundaries and your agreed upon boundaries under the covering of God, right? No, if you two aren't married, no premarital sex or anything like that. That's not what I'm talking about. But physical touch can still be a really important way that he shows that he cares. And he touches you in a way that is respectful of those boundaries that you two talked about. If you two haven't talked about boundaries, be sure to watch my first video where we talk a little bit more about boundaries and how to set those, both emotional and physical boundaries. But it's really important that you and him have that conversation about what you are both comfortable with. So in terms of touch, he may kiss you, he may hold your hand, he may give you a back rub, he may ask you for ways to show public displays of affection in a way that's comfortable for you. So it's all about understanding what are your boundaries, what are his boundaries, and where you two really align with that, especially if you two aren't married. So, my dating advice also, of course, goes for married couples. Just because you're married doesn't mean you stop dating. So if you are a married couple, how do you two share affection and continue to show that love on an ongoing basis? Because once you're married, the physical intimacy doesn't stop. In fact, it only gets stronger. If you don't believe me, read Song of Solomon. So, second thing, another way to show that he cares about you is that he'll spend quality time with you. And that's an emphasis on quality. If you two are sitting on the couch together, he's not scrolling through his phone, he's not doing something else. He's saying, hey, we're going to sit down and we're going to do this activity together, whether it's you two sitting down and reading the Bible together, or you two sitting down and watching a movie together, maybe making dinner together. He really wants to engage in activities that show that he wants to spend time with you, especially one-on-one time, and especially one-on-one private time with you. Him inviting you out on a date to go hang out with him and his buddies or whatever, that may not exactly count as quality time. If he is spending individual one-on-one quality time with you, he will carve out that time for you. If a man tells you that he's too busy, let him be busy. There are times when, of course, that we're going to be too busy to go out on a date. We don't have time to spend time with our significant other. But if it seems to be a recurring pattern week after week after week, that is a big red flag. He should be able to have time for a relationship and have time for you. And if a man truly cares about you, he will go out of his way to spend that quality time for you. Sometimes I get clients who are in long distance relationships. So having that physical in-person quality time isn't always practical. So for anyone who is in a long distance relationship, quality time may be having a FaceTime call, having a phone call, even writing you letters. He needs to show that he is carving out time for you, quality one-on-one time for you in whatever way possible. That is really important. And the third way that a man can show you that he cares is with acts of service. So if you've gotten this far and you've heard, okay, physical touch, quality time, acts of service, you're probably thinking, are these the 5 love languages? Yes, and they are. And I'm going to pause here before I even talk about acts of service. And I will say that it's going to be really important for you both to figure out what your love languages are. So typically there is a primary love language. So for me personally, my primary love language and my husband's primary love language is acts of service. So this is a really big one for us. So with acts of service, he is going to go out of his way to really show you that he cares through his actions. It could be helping you with the laundry, helping you with dinner, helping you gas up your car, driving you around. Whatever you feel like you need done or he wants to help you get done, he will go out of his way to help you with that. And some people think, oh, it's like doing chores. And it could feel like that, especially for someone who maybe that's not his love language. But if his love language is acts of service, he's going to really want to cater to you and show that he cares through not only his words, but his actions. So that could be a really big one, especially if he's really stepping into a sort of provider role. So, in terms of significant others, especially men who want to be in that financial provider role, it could be a combination of acts of service and then also gifting. Gifting could also be that signal that he is a gifter. And we'll get to that later on. So, fourth one, words of affirmation. This can be a really important way to not only walk the walk, but also talk the talk. So, acts of service is like walking the walk. Words of affirmation is like talking the talk. So, with words of affirmation, he may be very good with his words. And this can be really tricky because there's a lot of men out there who want to show off their words and want to flirt with you and want to show that he's a smooth talker. But there's a difference between a man who's a smooth talker and just wants to be inappropriate with you or just put you on the back burner versus a man who's really going to build you up with his words. That is super important. So you want to make sure that you're with a partner that, especially if you're a Christian and he's a Christian, you're going to really want to be with a partner who is solid in the word and is building you up in a way that honors God. So it's important that you two also spend time in the word together and are saying things that are loving and kind and really show the fruits of the Spirit together. Think, are these words kind? Do they produce joy? Does it show that you're patient, that you're gentle, that you have self-control? If your man is presenting aspects that seem like he's rushed, that there's a lack of self-control, that he's not gentle with you, that he's forceful or he's trying to rush you into something, or if he doesn't make you feel like you're a priority, it's definitely time to take a step back and pay attention to those red flags. That's super important. Okay, and then last love language here, of course, gifting. It's kind of funny that gifting can be that love language that we kind of make fun of because we can kind of see it as a little materialistic. And yes, gifting can be materialistic, right? You know, if you're having a problem in a relationship and your man just gets you a necklace or something, it doesn't really solve the problem that you two are having, especially if there are deep-rooted problems. But if someone's love language is gifting, they're going to go out of their way to show you how they care with something material, something tangible, something that you can hold. So I mentioned a little bit earlier how someone who wants to be a financial provider in your life may straddle that world between acts of service and gifting. I would say that, you know, a man who wants to be a financial provider for you, that would be more aligned with gifting. He's going to want to show you that he cares through being able to provide for you. He'll take you out to dinner. He'll take care of a portion of the bills. He'll make sure that you can, stay at home with the kids and take care of the kids, or, just make sure that you're financially comfortable, or give you gifts that are really meaningful, not just little trinkets here and there, but gifts that are really, truly meaningful to you as a person, whatever that means to you. Like if you're an artist, he'll get you a nice art set. If you're a writer, he'll get you a nice journal. If you are in ministry work at the church, he'll get you a nice devotional, really showing that he puts a lot of thought and care into those gifts. So that about wraps it up. So it's physical touch in a way that honors you two and God most importantly. 2, quality time, that he's spending one-on-one, very solid quality time with you. 3, acts of service, that he's showing that he cares for you and goes out of his way to really cater to you and your needs and your wants. 4th, words of affirmation. He's using words that honor you, respect you, love you. He's biblically based. He's sound in the word. And then finally, of course, gifting. He wants to be that financial provider. He wants to show that he cares in a very tangible way. So if that kind of gives you an idea of what to look for in a man who truly cares for you and shows that he cares for you, hopefully you can figure out which of these best aligns with him, or he can take one of those 5 love languages quizzes and see what he really aligns with. There's plenty out there. I can drop a link in the description below as well for a resource for either one of you or both of you to take that love language quiz. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe, and also feel free to watch any of my other videos on emotional boundaries. Take care. Bye, brothers and sisters.